Okay, students, so we have saved the video. We have saved, sorry, this part on the blackboard on my sorry, on this laptop. So I've saved the part, and after saving the part, we are going to come back again over here. So now this distance is 0.50. We made this thing. Now we have to make this hole. I mean this cylinder, this circular cylinder. Okay, so we are going to make the circular cylinder, and then we are going to make the hole. We are going to make the hole afterwards. First make the circular cylinder. And what is the diameter of the cylinder? It is actually, or we can make the hole as well at the same time, because it's not going to affect. So the diameter of this circle is actually 1.50, and this is the center line, and the position is actually 1.26 above this center line. So you can see. So we are going to choose the right plane. We can choose the right plane, and we are going to go to the right plane, sketch on the right plane, make it normal, and make a circle over here just above this origin. We are going to make two circles, one circle here and one circle there. So the smaller circle has got the radius of how much? 2 into 0.5. So 2 means there is another circle with the same diameter. So where is that circle actually? I think this is actually big for this one. So 2 into 0.5 inline. This means this hole and this hole. The, this 2 means you have got one hole over here and one hole at the back, and the diameter of both holes are 0.5, and they are inline. Inline means they are the center lines are the same. So we are going to make one circle, and we are going to make extrude cut all through, or this we are going to make the hole all through up to, or we will make the hole afterwards. We'll make the hole afterwards. We will have to make it afterwards. So remove this one, remove this one. Okay, and click on this point and this one and make it vertical. This is the first thing. And what is the distance from here till here to the center? It's 1.26. So come here, this distance is 1.26. Okay, and what is the diameter of this big circle? It is actually 1.50. So this is 1.50, 1.50. There it is, and it's actually there. But we have to start from, we have to find out this length, this distance. So as you can see, it's 1.20. My circle is actually made over here. This is my right plane. So I am going to start from here, this side, and I will end up to this position. So the offset distance is going to be 1.20 inches. So I will go to smart features. We are going to go to extrude boss and offset from this, and it is going to be 1.20. Okay, and the direction is opposite. No, this is okay, this direction is opposite. So it is actually starting 1.20 units away from this right plane, and where I'm going to end up to the next, So if I choose this up to the next option, what is the advantage? The advantage is that I will not have this I mean, this is not going to go. For example, if I do not choose up to next, I choose blind and I make the distance. So you will see the material over here. Okay, you will see the material over here. Or for example, I choose up to the surface, for example, and I select this surface, so I will see this material. Then I will have to remove this material. Anyway, if you choose up to next, what is going to be the advantage? This material is not going to be there, and merge the result. Okay, so you will have this whole. Now we could have done the same thing for this one as well. We could have done the same thing for this one, but I don't think we can do it. We will have to go back to this sketch. For example, this was my sketch. No, not this one. This was the sketch. Okay, this was the sketch, and exclude boss. And if I choose, for example, because I have to go 0.5 millimeter this direction, and if I cannot choose up to next in this situation, I cannot choose up to next. Anyways, this is not going to work for this one. Now what we are going to do, we will make a hole all through. Okay, we are going to make the hole all through. So select this surface, sketch on this one, and make this one normal, and make a circle over here. Okay, and what is the diameter of the circle? 0.5. You can see, so the diameter is 0.5. Okay, and make a cut all through. Extrude cut where? All through. Okay, so when you make a cut all through, you are going to see a hole all through. Now this is done. Now what we can do, we can sketch on this plane, make it normal, and we can go to convert entities, click on this one, there it is. And then what we can do, we can extrude cut what up to the all through. Okay, so we can extrude cut all through, and when we click OK, this is going to go away, this material is going to go away. Now what is the next thing? We have got this inside cavity. As you can see, there is an inside cavity, and the inside cavity looks like this from the front view, and it looks like this from the right view. So you can see that this is actually a circular. Okay, this is circular, then a straight line, and then it is like this. And what is the depth of this inside cavity? The depth distance is actually the diameter of this circle. So this is actually the inside cavity. So you can see that this portion is circular. This portion is actually circular. So this is actually the cavity. So you can see this portion, it's actually circular. Okay, so first make this bottom portion. We are going to make this bottom portion first of all, and we are going to cut this distance, and then we will make this top portion separately. So you cannot make the whole thing in one sketch. You cannot make the whole cavity in one sketch. You will have to do it in two different sketches. So first I'm going to make this portion, the bottom cavity below the center line, and then I'm going to make the top cavity. So I will have to do it in two separate steps. So let's make the bottom cavity first of all. So make this one. So I'm going to come here. I will sketch on this plane. Okay, make a circle. Okay, And what is the diameter of this circle? As you can see, it is actually 0.82. You can see the arrow points till here. So the radius is 0.82. So the radius of this is actually 0.82. So go to smart dimension, click on this, okay, and the radius is how much? 0.82. You can change this option to radius as well. Okay, so 0.82 multiply by 2, because it's giving you the diameter. Okay, so this is 1.64. Diameter is 1.64, radius is 0.82. And what is the next thing? Or you can make the arc as well. If you make the arc, you will automatically get the radius option. Make a line starting from here till here. So you are going to make a line. It's going to start from here and it's going to end tangentially. Okay, it's going to end tangentially. So make a tangent relation, click on this one and this arc and make tangent. Okay, so there it is, and make this line vertical. Make it vertical and tangent. And what is the next thing? As you can see, this line actually goes till here. So you know this is actually, this line is 0.5 units away from this surface. So it is actually 0.5 units, or you can say it's actually coincident with this line. So you start from here and you end here. Okay, now it's automatically black. So this distance is 0.5. Now what we'll do, we'll trim, go to trim and remove this portion, and there it is. So you have got the cavity, you have got this profile. Close it so that it becomes a close contour, and you are going to then go to extrude cut. Okay, so this is actually the cut. So you are going to go to extrude cut. Now we actually by mistake we actually selected this, we sketched on this plane. We should have sketched on the front plane. That would be easier, but by mistake I sketched on this plane which is parallel to the front plane. Now I will have to use the offset. If I would have selected this front plane, then I will choose the mid plane option, and that will be easy for me. But unfortunately, I mean, by mistake, I forgot, and I sketched on this plane, which is actually parallel to the front plane. So anyways, I will use the offset option. So how much is the offset distance? The offset distance from here is actually, as you can see. So what is the width of this cut? It is actually 1 inch. 0.5 is this diameter. Sorry, this is diameter of this small is 0.5, but the radius of this one is, you can see, 0.5. So 0.5 this distance and 0.5 this distance. So total is how much? 1. So this total is 1. This is 2.5. This total is 2.5. So this means 0.75 from here and 0.75 is this distance. So I'm going to choose a 0.75 offset. 0.75 offset. Okay, other direction. And how much? It's 1. Okay, so this is actually the cut. So I started 0.75 from here, and I'm going to cut 1 units. So this is actually the cavity, and that's the cut. Click OK, and you will see a cut actually which is inside. Okay, so I've made the half cut. I have made the half cut, but the other cut is actually this circular Okay, so this actually starts from this plane and it goes all the way up to this surface. So I'm going to select this surface, sketch on this one. Okay, sketch on this one and make it normal. Make it normal and make a semicircle. Make a semicircle. This is the center point. So I'm going to make a semicircle. Okay, it starts from here and it ends there. And then make a close contour. Okay, there it is. This is my close contour. Why this is blue actually? Okay, its blue reason is that this is not. We are going to make this line and the center point coincident. Okay, so select this right. This is the right plane. I'm going to select this point and this one. Merge. Oh, no, sorry, not merge. I'm going to select this one and this point coincident. This point and line coincident. Now it's fully defined. So you have this thing. Now what will I do? I will go to extrude cut, offset. How much is the offset distance? So I have to start actually from here. You can take the advantage of the wireframe model. So you have to start from here actually. Okay. So anyway, we are going to see, come to this diagram and we are going to see how much is this distance. This distance is actually, this total is 1.2 as we can see. We have to find out this distance. Okay, so now you can see this radius. How much is this radius? This is from here till here, the distance is 0.82. And from here till here, the distance is 1.20. So 1.20 minus 0.82 is going to give you this distance. So what is going to be the offset distance? 1.20 minus 0.82. Okay, so this is actually the offset distance, change the direction. And you can see that it is actually starting from here. And where it's going to end up to this surface. So we are going to select up to surface and I'm going to select this surface. Okay. So I'm going to select this face one and click OK. And there it is, the cut. Okay. I think I made a mistake. The radius of this circle is actually 0.5. This is 0.5. The radius is 0.5 and the diameter is 1. I don't know what I have entered. I think I have entered 1. Let's go back to the sketch and no, this is wrong actually. Okay, so it's not like this. Let's go back here and delete this one. Delete this coincident relation. Delete all the coincident relation. I don't know what these relations are actually. Okay, so this is actually okay. The center of this arc and this point is coincident. Okay, this is the first thing. The second thing is that this line and this one is coincident as well. This is okay. And the third thing is the dimension of this arc. This is not 0.75. This is 0.5. Okay, this is not 0.75, this is 0.5, as we can see from here. Okay, so this is 0.5. Now it's going to be okay. So you can see that if you come to this cut, this feature, now you can see this cut. Okay, so it starts from here and it ends to up to this surface, and you go back to this wireframe model, so you can see. So this is, you know, the inside cavity. This is the hollow cavity which is inside. Okay, there it is. So this is the cavity, and you can go back to the section view and you can see the cavity. Okay, so this cavity is like this. Okay, and from this side you can see it's like this. Okay, now that's done. Now what is left behind? What is left behind? Everything is done except we have done this line, this counter bore, we have made this circle, we have done this part, we have made the two holes, we have made the inside cavity, we have made this thing. Only thing left is the rib and this line. Okay, first make the rib, and then we are going to. So what is the rib actually starts from here, from this end, and it ends to this 0.62 units. So we are going to select the front plane. Okay, now this is the advantage of selecting the front plane. We do not need to define any other plane. I mean, this is the advantage of choosing in first sketch. We made this circle. We choose this midpoint option, as you know. Okay, so we choose this midpoint option. The advantage of choosing midpoint option is that my front plane is actually in the middle. So I will not need to define another plane to make the rib. So I have defined, this is sketch 12 and this is actually the front plane, and I'm going to make the rib on this front plane. So we are going to start from here, this end, and we are going to come till this point and click on this one and this point. Okay, this is not the edge, so delete the edge, and we have to select the point actually. Click on this point, not this point. Okay, click on this and click on this point and make it okay. So let's move it here. Okay, so it's not actually coming. Okay, so what we can do, okay, because this is you know, circular anyway. So because this is circular, so we cannot go till the end, because we have done this thing. We have done this thing before as well. Front, and make this point and this edge coincident like this. Okay, so the distance from here to here is 0.62 as we know. Okay, so this is 0.62, and we cannot end at the end. Remember this thing. So we will have to end a little bit away from this end. So the distance from this point, this line is, let's make it like 0.03. Okay, let's make it 0.03, or you can reduce it. We will see it afterwards. Okay, so this is the line, and now come to the features and go to the rib. The direction of the rib is not correct, so flip material, we have to make the rib inside. Okay, and no need for angle. Okay, So we are not going to select this. And what is the thickness of the rib? The thickness of the rib, as we can see from here, is 0.38. Okay, this is 0.38 inches, 0.38. Okay, and click OK, and you will see an error. The reason is that this always happens. This always happens if you haven't chosen this distance properly. Okay, let's go back to the sketch again. I'll tell you in a minute why this thing happens. Okay, no, not this one. Okay, so we are already in the sketch mode. Okay, make it like 0.05. Okay, let's make it 0.05. Now go to extrude, go to ribs. Okay, we are already in the rib portion. Okay, this is sketch 12. Go to rib and flip the direction, flip material direction, and this is going to be 0.38, 0.38, and then click OK. Did not intersect. Please try and change the extruding direction. Okay, we will have to modify this sketch again. Make it like 0.10, 0.1. Oh, this is too much, you know. This distance is too much. Choose this plane, the front plane. Is it intersecting or not intersecting? Add it. I think this, yes, it's intersecting here and it's intersecting on the other direction. Go back to the rib feature, click flip material 0.38 and click OK. Now there it is. Now what the problem is that, you know, this material, this edge, this distance I have made 0.1. Now when this distance is 0.1, you have material which is coming in this direction because the profile is circular. So if this material comes out of this region, what happened? This extrude all the way down and there is no end. So that's why it's always going to give you error. You will have to adjust it actually. You will have to adjust it. If this is 0.10, make it like 0.08 and see if it works or not. 0.08 and see if this works. Look, when I entered this value as 0.08, this distance became small. You can go back and you can make like 0.07 and see if it works or not. 0.07 and see if it works. It is still working, but when I will make it 0.06, this is not going to work. And this is what actually happened. So anyway, you are going to make rib like this. This is the rib. And what else? So you have a rib over here, and then we have to make this. You can see this line over here and this line over here as well on both sides. So this is actually, this region is actually filled by material. Okay, as you can see, that's why you have got this line. So this region is filled by material up to here. So what we will do, we will come here to the right plane, and this portion is actually filled by material. So it is filled by material till here. It starts from here and this whole region is filled actually. Okay, so you can see this is actually tangent and it goes all the way down. You can select the front plane, or yes, you can select the front plane and you can fill this material. Okay, so what should I do? Okay, so I think I'm going to make a plane, a new plane. A new plane. What is the first reference? The first reference is that my plane should be parallel to the front plane. It's going to be parallel to the front plane. And the second is that it's going to be tangent to this one. Okay, not the axis. I don't want to select the axis. I want to select this surface. Okay, and it's going to be tangent to this surface. This is the tangent. Okay, first is that it's parallel to the front plane and it's tangent to the surface, and click OK. There it is. This is my plane one, and I want actually to sketch on plane one. Okay, so sketch on this plane one, make it. So we are going to start from here. We are going to start from here. Okay, and we are going to come to this side. Okay, and it is intersecting. The first thing is that we are going to select this edge and this edge. Face, not face one actually. I'm going to select this edge. These two edges. Okay, let's go back. The first thing is go to add relation. Go to add relation. Click on this line and this edge and make it tangent. Okay, there it is. This is tangent. The second is that make this line vertical. Click on this line and make it vertical. Okay, so now you will get, this point. You can hide this center line if you want, so that it doesn't disturb you. Okay, you can hide it. Okay, now this is coincident over here. As you can see, this is coincident. Click on this one and this line and make it coincident. So this is coincident, and then come down to this position. Okay, you can see the black line over here. And then what we are going to do, we will again come here to the front, and we are going to click on this circle, not this one, sorry, this edge, the circular edge, and convert and trim this side. Trim this. Okay, so you will see this. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to fill this thing with material. As you can see, this whole thing is, it's actually filled. Okay, so you can see this portion is filled. That's why you are seeing this line from this view. You are going to see this line from this view, and you will see this line from here. This is the line which you are seeing in the front view. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to go to features, extrude boss, and other direction. And what we will do, we are going to select up to surface. And which surface? I am going to select this one. This one. Okay, let's see how it works. Up to surface. Do not select this up to surface. Up to next. Let's see what it works. How it works actually. Up to next. up to this surface, and I select up to the surface, and I select this surface. What happens? Now I should have made this one in the beginning. Okay. When I would have made this in the beginning, I would have no problem. But now I am facing some problem. Okay. What we can do is that leave this. This is plane one, and make another plane. Make another plane. This is done. Okay. This is a sketch. Make another plane. And again, the reference is going to be over here. I mean, the first reference is going to be the front, and the second reference is going to be this surface, and make it tangent to this surface and parallel to this one. Okay, so you have got another plane, and click OK. Now what we will do for sketch 13, okay, we have selected this sketch 13, and we are going to go to extrude boss. Okay, from sketch plane up to where? Up to the surface. And which surface? This one. I'm going to select this plane 2. Okay, this is my plane 2, so I have selected this plane 2 and click OK. But there is actually a problem, you know. The problem is that I will have to make this hole again. So I should have made this hole at the end. Okay, otherwise everything is fine. So I would have to make this hole again. This is only the problem. And what about the cavity actually? Oh yes, I will have to make the cavity again as well. So cavity should be made at the end. Now this is you know something which is known as afterwards. What we can do is that instead of choosing the front plane, instead of sketching on this plane, we can sketch on the right plane and then go up to next. This is what we can do. Okay, delete this. Let's delete this one, and let's delete this sketch, and let's delete this plane 1 as well. We do not need it. What we are going to do, we are going to make this contour on this right plane. So my right plane is going to be, first define a plane. What is the reference? It's going to be the right plane. Okay, so parallel to the right plane, and the second reference is actually this surface. So tangent to this surface, parallel to this right plane. Now there is my plane. So this is my plane. I am going to make this profile on this plane. So what will I do? I will sketch on this plane 3, make it normal. Okay, so this is the profile which I'm going to make, this whole contour. Okay, so we are going to start from here, from this side, from this end. Okay, and we will go up to this position, then we are going to go all the way to, okay, bring this point down, this position, and then we are going to go to this intersection. Okay, now if this line is not vertical, make this vertical. This is vertical, this is vertical. What is the problem? Why this is still blue? Okay, so this is blue because this point and this line, this point and this edge, sorry. Okay, now we cannot move this point down, as you can see, but this point and this edge, the edge over here, needs to be coincident. Now this is okay. Okay, so you can see that you cannot move this point down. This is okay, this is fine. Now go to convert entities, click on this. Not this edge one, what is this edge? Okay, so right plane, go to convert entities, click on this circle and click OK, and then trim. There it is. Now you have got a close contour over here. Now what we can do, we are going to go to X features, exclude boss in the opposite direction, but not blind up to the surface. And which surface? This surface. Okay, so up to the surface. No, it's not going to work. Okay, so I need to select this surface, and when I select this surface, the problem is that, you know, the material comes here. Now there is no other option. There is no other option. You will have to bring this step, which these steps which we have done over here at the end. Okay, so you will have to bring this cut, not this one. Okay, you will have to do these cuts. This is sketch 10. Yes, this is sketch 10 and this is sketch 11. Okay, this is sketch 10 and this is sketch 11 needs to be done at the end. This is the only solution. Okay, so make everything in the, make this thing before and make this sketch 10 and sketch 11 at the end. So I don't know if I can bring this down or not, but I cannot bring this down. So you will have to do this sketch 10 and sketch 11 in the end. So when you'll do this sketch 10 and 11 in the end, that's going to be okay. Okay, so you can do it yourself. You can do it yourself. Okay, there is no other option. And now the last thing is, you know, these fillets. So make the fillets. All rounds and fillets are 0.12. So you have got the fillets and rounds. You have got a fillet over here. You have got the fillets over here. You make the fillets everywhere. You have got the fillets inside as well, as you can see. Okay. So you have got fillets over here. You have got these fillets. Okay. Make the fillets, and then it's done. It's complete. Okay. So do sketch 10 and sketch 11 at the end. This is the only option. So you will see your part. Okay, if you want to hide this plane, you can hide it by clicking on this plane, this option over here. So this plane is going to go away. Okay, thank you.